Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We promoting to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, never whacking it back, and we are back. Strawhat Sitdown, episode 36. Oh no, wait, 37. I lied. I tried to do it myself this week, guys. I tried.
That's okay.
Maybe
Man, I forgot. I'm not on top of it right now.
I'm here with the gang as of usual. We got that boy, Mr. G in the building.
You? What's good, everybody? Yo, shout out to my team for winning this weekend, yo.
Oh,
5-4, baby. Let's go, Knights.
Oh.
Let's go.
That
Those
boy
motherfuckers,
coaching
yo.
them kids to victory. Good shit, bro. I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Strawhat in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good? What's good? Ready to review this chapter, and
yeah.
man.
You know what's crazy? Normally we be talking about stuff before the episode, and we were talking about like a whole lot of stuff, but we didn't even start talking about like the One Piece shit, cause shit was wicked this week, bro.
Yeah, this weekend was packed for everyone.
Yeah,
there was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on this weekend, but we definitely got a lot to discuss.
I want to say my nigga Strawhat with the streamer view on the camera, bro.
The streamer view, let's go. You know what? You're right, because I'm used to green screen Strawhat.
Yeah, like looking right at us, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
I know.
Baby.
Yeah, I mean let's go. I mean, we got
the
setup.
Yeah, baby.
And once everything is put together, it's going to even look better. My backdrop ain't anything right now because it's not empty, but my walls are not decorative or anything. So
it's all good. One step at a time.
We'll get there.
We'll be good.
One step at a time.
Yes, sir.
D3 in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, y'all? Sorry, I got a webcam again this week. I've been having some issues with my webcam. I should have it fixed by next week if not, I'll buy one. But other than that, I want to give a shout out to my boy Cali Mac. Happy to see your Taku. That's my goat.
That's good. That's the cap right there.
Wow. I appreciate y'all, gang. Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, I did get 5th place at a tournament this weekend. A little hype. I mean, a little nasty.
That's just a little tournament, bro.
Sunshine, Nah, much love. Appreciate everybody that held me down, show me love, and all that good stuff. I'm ready to talk about this One Piece stuff. Wait, hold on. Last but not least, we got YHuss. Last but not least, of course. We almost skipped over you this time, bro. That's not cool, man.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm excited. This chapter was crazy. I'm excited to see where man's gonna go with their thoughts. So I'm just ready to get into it.
Let's do it, baby. I'm gonna kick it over to Mr. G for the normal chapter summary, and after that, we're gonna get into it. I have a vape from Florida, so I'm gonna be doing this while he does that. Go crazy, King.
Yep, you got it. All right, let's get it. One Piece chapter 1061, Future Island, Egghead. The chapter starts right where the last left off, where Luffy and Chopper flying off the ship and Bonnie stuck in the air above the sea. Luffy grabs onto Bonnie, but she looks around asking, where did the monster go? She yells that it's still below them as the Straw Hats on the ship are relieved that Luffy saved the girl, but they quickly realize the gigantic monster below their ship. They steer the Sunny from the jaws of the mechanic shark, but they are still launched in the air. Before the Sunny lands, Jinbei realizes Luffy's group fell into the sea. and lets Frankie steer the ship towards Luffy as Jinbei dives off to save them. Frankie uses the keel attachment screw propeller to get Luffy and Jinbei, but the shark unleashes 2 torpedoes from its mouth towards the ship. They hit their mark, causing the Sunny to capsize and throw the Straw Hats into the water. At the same time, Jinbei reaches Luffy and the others. He turns back towards the ship, but the shark has a cannon aimed at them. Jinbei instructs the Devil Fruit users to hold their breath, since he plans to dive underwater to dodge the cannon fire. After shooting at Jinbei, the shark turns back towards the Sunny and licks its lips in excitement to eat. Before it attacks, it's shocked by the appearance of a giant mech behind it in the water, which makes it extremely scared. The robot deals an explosive punch into the shark's side as the Straw Hats swim back to the ship. In a nearby island, the G-14 naval base, kids from Punk Hazard are taking a regular medicine. We are introduced to Dull, a Marine Vice Admiral, who asks Togashi to do something about I cannot say his name.
Helmeppo?
Helmeppo? Yes.
Helmeppo.
Yeah.
Helmeppo.
Yeah, that's you basically got it. That's it.
Calling him a pest. Meanwhile, Helmeppo is now a lieutenant commander, is begging a superior of his, Rear Admiral Prince Gruss, to come back with him and Hibari, Navy commander, to save Kobe at the Pirate Island. All 3 of these Marines are confirmed to be members of SWORD. Prince Gruss reminds that the Pirate Island is Blackbeard's island. Blackbeard's island that they want to invade. Helmeppo asks why they can't just deploy Seraphim, why since Egghead Island is so close. Prince Gruss yells at them both to calm down, asserting that they are in no position to act, since they can't even get a hold of Drake either. In a flip back to Luffy's group, Bonnie is wondering why Luffy doesn't know who she is, since they were both in Sabaody 2 years ago, a part of the worst generation. Bonnie reminds him that they're still enemies, but thanks to Luffy for saving. She asks him about why his hair was white on his wanted poster, and that they made a stir about it in the papers. Luffy responds that that's just when he's at his most free. Bonnie asks about his crew, and is shocked that he even has the Knight of the Sea Jinbei with him. Jinbei goes on to ask Bonnie about her crew, to which she responds that she came here alone, but the shark ate her ship. She realizes how hungry she is, which prompts Chomper and Luffy to look for a restaurant. Bonnie snaps at them, dropping the bomb that they are on Egghead Island, home to Vegapunk's lab, so there won't be any food spots around. We jump back to the Straw Hats aboard the ship, which is being held up by the giant robot that fends off the shark. The crew is perplexed, with the exception of Frankie and Usopp, who are losing it over the cool giant robot. A woman emerges from the robot, stating that it's another failure, and that overriding primal urges might be simply impossible. Frankie thanks the person, but they just continue about the mechanical shark, which won't obey commands to simply fire on ships, looking to eat them as well. Realizing Frankie thanked them, the person corrects the Straw Hats, calling them naive pirates. They state, I work for the government. Despite my mediocrity, they call me their genius, the scientific genius. They call me Dr. Vegapunk. Break next week.
Damn.
Oof.
Bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro. A decade into the story, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when they first mentioned Vegapunk's name, bro, I think it was 433 or 431 when at the end of Ennie's lobby when Kobe's talking to Luffy. He's telling them about how
it was earlier than that, bro.
Nah, word. When was it?
The first time I remember was Alabasta when he fought the nigga that was the dog that was mixed with the gun.
Oh yeah.
Or the elephant or whatever. The elephant with the sword.
They mentioned him there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They mentioned him in Alabasta about that last suit thing. The fucking dog with the gun.
Yeah, they were like, this is the genius of the work of Dr. Vegapunk, crazy scientist or some shit like that. I can't remember the exact quote, but they definitely.
No, I get you. Yeah, it would make sense because he literally did that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought. Oh wow.
Yeah,
wow.
they did attribute that to Dr. Vegapunk. I remember that.
I feel like it might even been earlier than that, but I'll do some research in the back.
But yeah, that's still crazy. That's still 160 or 170. Wow.
Yeah, nah, insane, absolutely insane. Yeah, where you guys want to start, man?
Well, this wasn't like too much craziness. So I mean, I feel like we can start wherever, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of a short chapter, but
Yeah, I feel there's not much to talk about, honestly. Like, it's Vegapunk and Bonnie.
So
like,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, we get right
That
to
boy, that girl, pardon me. Did anybody have Vegapunk as a girl on the bingo card?
I had a feeling, but at the same time, if you look at her number, she's number 2. So I don't think that's actually Dr. Vegapunk.
Right.
I don't either.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about that on Twitter and
Because they have mentioned that Vegapunk has been an older gentleman, if I'm not mistaken.
Fujitora said it.
Yeah.
You know,
they
so-
literally said that.
Yeah.
Fujitora.
Like, didn't in the war somebody called him Old Man Vegapunk?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Green Bull when he was talking to Fujitora. He said, "How's
Yeah.
old man Vegapunk doing?"
So
yeah.
I think Vegapunk might actually be like on his deathbed, and he's got like
I kind of
androids type of shit.
I think that
Some people said that that's his daughter, but
That is another theory I've
So it's
heard.
definitely
yeah,
possible.
I mean
Or
with all the
he's taking over. Go ahead, dude. Sorry.
you good with all the crazy stuff that Vegapunk has invented, I wouldn't be surprised if his consciousness is just in another like in a robot or something. Like
Exactly. Yep.
You know what's crazy? I heard Ivankov's theories like, oh, Vegapunk is now a female. They said Ivankov. Why is it that every time there's like a gender reveal that is like surprising, the first people think of is Ivankov? Oh, this is Ivankov's work. Like,
I mean, you can't really blame him.
It's hard not to. Dude.
I mean, yeah, I understand.
Who else
but-
are they gonna go to, bro? Like,
Yeah.
No,
they're
but
trying
like,
to- yeah,
I don't think Dr. Vegapunk would though, because he's
no.
cheese or whoever is a genius. So
Yes, they would try to do it themselves.
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
Vegapunk doesn't strike me as the type of person that would be, obsessed over gender like that. So
Mhm.
either way, I don't think he or she would like, you know what I mean, like go out of the way to do something like
Yeah,
that unless
yeah.
it was some type of benefit or
No,
something.
no, agreed. I agree.
but
So
but
what do y'all think though?
I think the first thing that I thought when I saw Vegapunk, I popped off because I'm like, it's fucking Frankie arc. I'm ready, bro.
Like,
I'm ready for my
Yes.
Frankie arc.
yes, Frankie better do something.
In my opinion, since Oda already said this is the start, that he's reaching the end of One Piece, I think Frankie's gonna be the first one of the crew to get his dream, whatever that may be, and it's
What
gonna
is
start
his
with
dream?
Vegapunk here. I don't
For
remember.
the thousand Sunny to be able to sail the seas. I mean,
Yeah.
there might be a bigger dream.
It was to
Yeah.
create a
Okay.
ship that could,
That-
could
Yeah.
travel across the
Yeah,
world.
I mean,
and
I-
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
which
he
would be
already
the Sunny.
Yeah, I guess he already accomplished his dream, but even then, like this.
not even. But
No,
they
is
haven't,
it not?
they
It
haven't
has
done
to
it
fully,
yet.
yeah, it has
Oh
to
yeah,
fully,
you're right.
yeah,
You're right,
it has
you're
to
right.
sail to
But
the end of the season.
you gotta
but,
do it first, bro. Shit.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
But
Well-
also, there's also a overarching narrative because Frankie's was always taught that back when he was younger that creating battleships was wrong, except when Tom told
Yes.
him that
Yeah.
a battleship in and of itself is not wrong. It's what you do with it.
Yeah. But
so
then he fucking learned the hard way.
right,
But
but
shit they used against him.
right, but he learned through full circle because here's the thing: he burned the Pluton blueprints, right? And some would say, because I know this was like Morge's theory, that Frankie's full resolution to his arc would be him actually creating the Pluton or using the Pluton in some fashion. Because for Frankie, he might not have fully understand the lesson behind Tom, because if he burnt the Pluton blueprints and stuff, because I know he said he trusted the Straw Hats and stuff, so that's why he didn't fear Robin or anything like that. But for him, if he creates a Pluton and stuff, if he's put in a situation where he would have to, because some people think that he still remembers the blueprints, that it fully brings his arc to full circle, and then he can actually build a weapon and use it for good instead of the stuff that weapons were used for in the past from his creation. So we'll see.
So yeah, definitely. I think Frankie. I mean, he's a cyborg, right? He's cyborg Frankie, so he definitely has the blueprints stored up somewhere. But I feel like he's definitely, like you're saying, like he's going to make Pluton, but he's going to Frankify it. You know what I mean? Like do his fucking Dr. Frankenstein type of
Yeah,
shit.
people
that he
have
does
even
with
suggested
everything.
he might like just add parts of the Pluton to the Sunny if that's the case.
Oh yeah, I heard
Make
that
the Sunny
theory.
the Pluton. You never know.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
It's like
I heard
a
that
non
theory.
it's like a non-lethal type of shit. You know what I mean? Because
That shit
most of the
don't
shit that
work.
he does, I mean, he doesn't really have like super lethal shit though.
It doesn't have like murder weapons.
Yeah, you know, like not like what he was creating originally. So like, there's his evolution as a character, and still following Tom's ideals in a way.
Yeah. But his Frankie, like, do you guys think that if he actually created like a real true hardcore weapon, which would be like something like Pluton or something similar, that like, you know, it could get some like not PTSD, but like some flashbacks of what Tom said, and Frankie might be second guessing himself because these are more hardcore weapons, but then he fully, you know, realizes like, no, I can do this. This is for the good or whatever.
And that, and also he's learned a lot more since then. You know, like he faced his punishment. I mean, he fucking almost died, and then Tom died. Like
a lot happened,
so,
and I think the Robin story, like I know it's gonna be like a bit of a reminder in that case, Straw Hat, and I could see it if something he used, or if he sees what Pluton could do or something like that. Like in person, he's like, oh shit, maybe these really are some problematic weapons, blah blah blah. I could see some reaffirmation happening, and there's so much that ties Vegapunk with Frankie, right? Frankie was on his island,
right,
before, so I could see that. I also wanted to, before we leave the topic of if this is really Vegapunk, there's so much that this could be, right?
Right.
A lot of things I think that the Mads people, so Queen, Judge, and Caesar, everyone who's in that group with Vegapunk has taken some sort of his technology or something he's worked on and used it in their own work, right? So Caesar fucking with the smile fruits, Judge and the lineage factor with the clones, you know, biological weapons in Queen's case, right? And like he turned himself into a cyborg, right? So there's so much that they've taken from Vegapunk. So I think if we look here, like the thing on their ear, it almost looks like the Germa's like earpiece thing, right? And I sent to the chat, and I know Mr. just retweeted it, that people think that supposedly this looks a lot like the Sora, the warrior in the Germa comics, that from our whatever like North or West Blue they're from. This character Sora in the anime, I think they even dropped a picture of her in the anime of how she looked, and she had the one, oh no, it's Sanji's mom named Sora, right? She has like the part covering her eye. She looks super familiar to this person, so people think it could be the Sora, the warrior that went against Germa in the comics. So it could be kind of talking about maybe Vegapunk and Judge's history, if this is maybe like some sort of prelude to that. I think that could be like, it could be someone modeled off that Sora. It could be, I think the idea of a granddaughter is interesting, but also I think in the TCB animation, they talk about how they say what they're saying in an old-timey voice, right? They're saying like the way they're speaking is, you would think of it as an old person talking. I think it's probably their expressions. So I wonder if it's really not just Vegapunk talking. I think it might just be Vegapunk, really. I think that's like a clue. You know what I mean? In the way they speak. I think it still could be Vegapunk. The daughter thing is interesting, but I really do believe that's Vegapunk in like a secondary body or whatever. That's just what I'll say about her.
Let me just say that the One Piece fandom is absolutely insane for remembering a character from a story within the story, bro.
They're not human, bro.
Within a backstory,
bro. Within a fucking backstory.
It's
Remembering
insane,
a
bro.
fucking character in a comic book and a backstory of the story. That's insane, bro.
They're not human, bro. They're not.
Like, how do you see this and be like, oh, wait a minute, and then immediately go to fucking Sora from the fucking Germa comic books? That's crazy to me, bro.
How did I not think of this? Like,
Unbelievable. I let down Oda. Oh my goodness.
In fucking insane. No, that's cool though.
No,
I would have never seen that. So that's a really dope.
That's what we have.
It's ridiculous.
Yo.
It's ridiculous. So
everyone picks out something, you know.
And so
that's the beauty of One Piece.
It's the beauty of what we're doing, really, right? We would never have seen this if it wasn't for fucking people posting on Twitter or whatever. Or I think Jake was the one who put this in the chat, which is why I saw it. I was like, holy shit, this is low-key like a fire theory or whatever.
It is.
So yeah, it's a little bit of I guess we'll see more, but for now, I think that's super interesting. The fact that she looks just like Sanji's mom in that sense,
That's
and
OD.
obviously Sanji's mom's name is
OD.
Sora. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
I totally forgot about Sanji's mom's name. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know.
I did not know it was Sora, bro. Shit.
Yeah, there you go.
You think Sanji's gonna have a major reaction? Not in a like, I mean, like a major reaction to her next chapter or whatever.
Maybe.
I guess that'll
possible.
definitely be the confirmation, because if this
Yeah,
person
yeah,
is
you're
really
right.
has some relation to Sanji's mom, then he'll definitely say something next chapter. He's looking at her right now and shit.
He's gonna be like perplexed, like mom or some
Yeah,
shit like that.
he will
Yeah.
definitely see something, even if it's subtle. We'll definitely see something.
And like they'll probably recognize him because like, oh, they'll be like, oh, you're black like Sanji, you're a judge's kid, right?
Yeah.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Same way Queen did.
Damn, Sanji has been getting fucking love, bro.
And they probably got like has like a scanner, and it probably like realizes like, you know, like, oh, that's a clone or some shit like that. Like,
oh yeah, like you can tell, oh, so this person is human, is modified genetically.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they'll know instantly when they see Frankie, they'll know that he was on his island. He's like, oh yeah, I recognize that shit.
I use that old tech. I see shit. Yo,
I'm
about to
not
upgrade right
the
now.
next setup. Yeah. It's dude, Vegapunk's. Okay, first off, it's fucking Vegapunk. I know we talked about it, how, you know, chapter in the Alabasta, his audio, whatever. We're looking at Vegapunk right here. This is some shit that niggas thought about for years and years and years. And it's
decades,
finally
bro. It's been a
I'll tell you this
long
much.
time.
Last week, I was not expecting to see Vegapunk this week. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good way to say it.
Not expecting to see
Right,
Vegapunk
because
just yet.
this Egghead Island shit, this wasn't even one of the islands that the fans predicted, right?
No, not at all. This
So it's a man-made island, pretty much.
We talked about it. We talked about it. How none of the islands that were predicted were a winter island last chapter. When then we noticed that it was a winter climate.
Right.
We're like, none of the islands are supposed to be winter, right? Elbaf, it snowed, but it wasn't a winter island.
Right.
So yeah, I think like it's crazy that this is. But yo, we do know that. So one of the islands was the Beehive, right? Pirate Island, and we know that Helmeppo said, "Let's go to Beehive."
Yeah, and you know,
and he also said that Egghead is really close.
Kid is going there.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
That's why we're gonna
get
another Kid and Luffy team up, yo, and then Bonnie too. Like that's what's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, exactly.
And it's crazy because if Beehive
he's
is
cracking
close
that
by,
egg, baby.
Egghead as well. Like, I think that this is gonna be one big mesh up. Like, we're gonna get potentially Kobe, because this is a government facility, right? Or like
this is the government facility. This is
about to say,
the government facility that has the Seraphim. Like this is huge.
Right. So because of that, you know, if Helmeppo and you know, we also, I mean, I think that would be going a little bit. We're going a little bit far. Are we off of Vega right now?
No, do you think, bro?
I will. One thing I'll say about Vegapunk, which is pretty cool, is just like Greg Popovich, we get to see Vegapunk's lineage, you know, fucking take over the world.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
As in Greg Popovich, like the coaches that he had in his staff,
exactly.
coach great
All
teams.
went
I
out
think
to
they just
Becky Hammond.
yes, you're my guy, bro. You're my fucking.
But even though Ime Udoka, even though he's in the shitter right now, but he is a great coach, though. You know, I mean, first year fucking brought them to the finals. But
we're becoming an NBA podcast, guys.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, but what I'm trying to get at is that the fact that Vegapunk has such a fucking influence on this world of One Piece, and is still having influence with further generations. You know, with fucking Judge, with fucking Caesar, with fucking I can't think of.
It goes everywhere. It
it really does.
To build off of that, I think the biggest thing we've been talking about is like Wano was about devil fruits and Luffy's devil fruit, Momo's devil fruit, and there is literally a quote Oda said, I think in one of the SBFs, he said, "Man, everyone wants to know what devil fruits are, huh? But you're gonna have to wait for a certain professor to make his way into the story, and then he'll explain everything about devil fruits."
I remember that. Yes, and it was fucking Vegapunk. Yeah.
And honestly, Oda didn't have to say that shit, because if you just read the story, you can tell Oda, like everything about devil fruits. This motherfucker Vegapunk knows. So. Like the whole world, bro. I know he says he's gonna unveil the mysteries, but this is a motherfucker that can do.
That's why he took a break, yo.
We are going to get some
That's why I took a break.
Reveals this arc. I don't think it's gonna happen necessarily soon.
Yeah, maybe not the next 5-10 chapters, but like there's a bombshell coming.
Yeah, there's definitely getting some information, some big info drops. Like,
yeah, and like, dude, he's working with the Lunarians. We know the Seraphim are on this island, so bro, just be ready, bro.
I think.
Dude, it's crazy, though.
Oh man, I think that this is like it's exciting. Like for me personally, the devil fruits is like the most hype thing that I'm looking forward to from a reveal from Vegapunk. But there's so many other things too. Like we get potentially Kuma understanding, like understanding the history with Kuma. Vegapunk has ties, and Bonnie ties to the revolutionaries. like potentially void century stuff. Like it's like we can get like mass amount of things.
Vegapunk is one of the biggest keys to the world of One Piece.
Yeah.
And it's finally revealed. And
He might be the biggest.
I was gonna say,
I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed.
Like in terms of people alive right now, like that will tell you stuff. Like obviously, barely in number
that we know. That we know.
Because obviously,
fucking Emu, some Emu reveal or something like that. Like, or someone else. Who knows, bro? Fucking Oda be pulling them shits out the bag, bro.
But this is gonna be crazy. And I guess talking about Bonnie now. She said she has business with Vegapunk. We can obviously assume that's like to do with Kuma.
Has to do with Kuma, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That would definitely make sense.
I will float one idea. I know I literally just finished talking about Vegapunk, but some people think that this Vegapunk is like a sort of maybe potentially aged down by Bonnie instead of the old person that they used to be.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I know we talked about how it was a punk. I don't think I really agree with that, but it is an interesting theory. I thought that could have been part. That could have been part of their business.
They have some history.
So question with that. So okay, we got what's her name? Shinobu, right? She got the ripe by fruit, so she just ripes you up to your prime age, right? And while
she can do however long.
It's however long. She can just make it. She makes things age or rot.
Okay, so it's very similar to Bonnie in a way, though, right?
Yeah, but only one way.
Yeah, it's only one way.
Got it. Okay.
And I guess Bonnie's a better version of her fruit then.
Yes.
Right.
But it only works on people though. So
right, it's different. It's different.
Yeah, there's differences.
Yo, fucking Oda, bro. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Who would have thought of that shit?
I think. What did y'all think of her interaction with Jinbei being Chopper?
Yo, that line that we got from Luffy when he asked him about the white hair, and he was like, "That's just how I feel when I'm totally free."
Yep.
That line was sick.
Yeah,
I really like that line. And
he looked kind of like Gear 5th Luffy, just like that.
He did the puffed up form, like the Hercules form.
Yeah. If his clothes weren't black, I would have thought he did it for a second.
Right. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's interesting, like that interaction, because she's like, I'm part of the Wish generation, just like you. Like, what you mean you don't know me? And he's like, oh, you one of us? Oh, okay. And she's like, oh, bro, are you an emperor? Like, what? Like,
also, I love that nothing has changed with Luffy's personality since he's become an emperor. He still just doesn't care, bro. Like, he's just chilling.
That's the thing about his character, though. But like, he's the type of see, I'm about to get in depth. Oh my god.
Crazy, bro.
Real quick. I've had this discussion a lot of times. A lot of people are not aware of static characters and what that means in a story. I had this discussion on Twitter a while back, but characters don't always need character development in order to be good characters in a story. And Luffy is one of those prime examples, right? You would call him a static character, right? Now, static characters are characters that do not change because of the things that happen around them, right? Okay. Instead, the things that are around them change because of the character, right?
Exactly.
So, like, Luffy's always been like that. Yeah, that's literally Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy has been through a lot, but his goals, his demeanor, his attitude has not changed at all between day one and right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he may have new goals and stuff, but his ideals and his motives and shit, it's not even new goals. He still wants the same thing, to be free.
I mean, that kind of was reiterated to us like a chapter or two ago with his dream. They were just reminding us, like, bro, this guy has been the same nigga since he was a youth.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, none of this pride shit, none of this being an emperor shit. Like, don't forget, this guy has only wanted this one thing.
Exactly.
And then we even see him at his lowest too. You know, with Marine first.
Yeah, I think when it comes to static characters, like even then in Luffy's case, because I would argue that there is like a tiny smidge of difference between like pre-time skip Luffy and like
it's not the
there's definitely development. There's definitely development. It's not. Yeah. It's not.
I'm not even like, because I'm just saying like it's very few in between, but like Cali's spitting 100%. This is why 100. When people try to say stuff like about Goku and Dragon Ball, He's literally the same thing.
Literally the same thing,
And
exactly.
like I always bat people like Goku is actually pretty in depth, even though you don't see him like actively change or whatever.
Right.
Because the idea is that these characters hold the ideas and everyone else around them just straight up don't.
Right.
Whereas like, you know, dynamic characters, it's like the world has ideas that changes the character.
Changes the character, the way that they move and they interact and their ideas, etc., etc. Right. I actually, it's funny that you brought up Goku because that's where I got the concept from. Shout outs to Totally Not Mark on YouTube. He has a really good video on Goku and why his character is static and why it's not a bad thing that his character is a static character.
Right.
Really
Exactly. Yeah. Like a lot of people, they think like a character has to go through something and completely 100% change their viewpoints and whatever. Well, no, not really. I mean, even in real life, there are some people that, you know, they go through stuff and they barely change, kind of change, dramatically change, but we wouldn't say like unless you dramatically change, you're stuck in life. Like that's like a very
100%.
linear way of thinking it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, bro. And so that behavior of Luffy's, of how he's being a clown, I kind of actually want to talk about that line where he says, "Oh, that's how I look when I'm totally free." There's I know we said we're done with Vegapunk, but back to Vegapunk. They said another interesting line that is going to be, I think, pivotal to who they are and what their research means. Is that I'm just go to it at the bottom. It was. Perhaps overriding primal desires is simply impossible. Like what they said in the panel beside Sanji or whatever. I guess you're looking at a different translation.
Yeah,
but,
a little bit different, but yeah.
So, but basically, it's like that. You can't really change someone's base, like who they are, right? The shark is the shark is here to eat no matter what, right? That's their base primal, who they are as deep, who it is deep down, right? Their instinct, exactly. We've heard, I'm going to go over a few things to make my overall point, but we've heard in this last Luffy vs. Kaido, when the Gorosei, in that chapter where they revealed Luffy's Gear 5th, the Gorosei say, Zoans have a will of their own. Mm-hmm. Luffy, when he was in Gear 5th, was acting a little weird. He was laughing, he was having way more of a good time than he was when he was in Gear 4. Yeah. And he even said, why am I laughing so much? Like, why do I find this so funny?
It's crazy, bro. Because when you think about Gear 4 real quick, he's in a frown, and he's all big and with black.
Yeah, I was talking about it. I remember speaking about it on the podcast. How I love this Luffy, where he's angry, he's fucked up, fucking cheesed at Kaido, right? So it changed a little bit when he went Gear 5, when the fruit, really took its its place. Right. So I'm wondering, like, again, back to Devil Fruits, is that how much are we gonna see with that primal desires thing? Like, is that the spirit of Joy Boy kind of taking over Luffy a little bit? I know he had to reassert, he had to be like, oh, Kaido even asked, who are you? But Luffy said, I'm gonna be the king of pirates, I'm Lucky Luffy. So it's still Luffy there, but I think that's kind of showing us a little bit more of the Gear 5 potentially being a little bit of Joy Boy's spirit in the fruit. That's what I was thinking a little bit.
I mean, there could be a legit reason why they were separated, right? Like, everybody else is meeting Vegapunk while Luffy, Chopper, Jinbei are not, there. Because once we get, there could be a potential interaction that goes off the walls when Vegapunk sees that, oh, it's like Luffy. Like, maybe Vegapunk wanted to meet Luffy for a while because of the fruit that he has.
Yeah, like, if anyone in the government knows, it's him, what that fruit is, right?
Right. So
that interaction would be crazy.
Yeah, so the interaction is going to be very, very interesting. It could be like Vegapunk might even want to experiment on Luffy and some like goofy comical stuff, or just something, or just like, I know everything about your fruit. Like, the government wants to suppress, but I know like about blah 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 blah. Like, there's just so many ways that this could go, and on top of that, Vegapunk just might know like, oh yeah, you're Garp's grandson. Yeah, when it comes to, I was the one that suggested that the Devil Fruit be changed the name or whatever. Like, it can go so many different ways. Like, man,
it's definitely interesting too, because Luffy's not with them right now, and they're about to get captured. So
let me ask a question real quick.
Go ahead.
How far is this post Wano? Like, are they all still injured?
Few weeks, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Few weeks.
Well, I think it was a week or two since from the fight.
A few days.
The party at the end was like a week or two, and then it was a few days after
Right.
Where they
So
were
it's
where they
about
got in the
2.5
winter climate.
2.5
So it's about
weeks?
like 2.5 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're recovered. They're good to go. They're fresh.
I will say I really like how the giant mech looks like General Frankie, right? Obviously,
Yeah, I
Frankie
love it.
copied the
I
blueprint.
thought it was a Frankie thing when I first saw it.
I thought so too.
I thought so
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I thought so too. I thought
didn't-
Frankie
I
had
didn't
like
look at it clearly.
transformed to Sunny or some shit like and got I don't know.
Oh, like
But
when
then
the monster first, when the robot first comes.
Yeah,
up,
right here,
like,
Callie. Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. Yeah.
Nah, but you know what? I already knew frame 1 what it was because as soon as we see the shark, I noticed it immediately. Let me go to the shark. As soon as you see the shark
Punk?
jumping at the water, yeah, I saw the UFK.
I didn't see that.
And I was like, oh yeah, this is
that.
Vegapunk.
I didn't
Oh,
see the
yeah.
Vegaforce on the thing either. I was
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Frankie's
Yep,
new
and
robot.
then on the robot, you can see it on his chest too. He
Yeah,
says
Vegaforce 12.
Once I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is the Vegapunk time. It's
So this
time.
this a guy who reads, bro. I was not
Yeah,
reading,
nah,
bro.
I was actually paying attention for once, but rare
Bro,
occasion.
that panel that Oda did with the shark was fucking frightening and beautiful at the same time
Oh,
with
when
like
the
looking
shark
like
underneath
Jaws.
yeah,
that shit was
Yeah.
fucking
Jaws, yeah.
crazy.
That's such a sick panel.
It's
Yeah,
Yeah, the shadings. My
Thomas
then on top of
the
that-
Jaws right there, bro. Yeah.
Right, oh, bro. I was like, yo,
Big
Jaws.
reference. Big reference.
Like,
Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
That is a
But
dope ass panel.
and then on top of that, y'all see how big the robot was in
Yes.
comparison. Like it's holding the Sunny, and I
That's-
saw like that is a big because when you look at the panel where the robot attacked the shark, right? It didn't look like it was that big until
yeah. It's
until
fucking huge.
yeah, until it actually lifted the Sunny. I'm like, holy shit, that's a big ass robot. Like, damn. But
That's crazy.
But also, right? Didn't Frankie make a little shark machine, like submarine, right? For the Thousand Sunny,
A small one, I'm
a
pretty
small
sure.
one, right?
Yeah,
but
like
I'm
a
pretty
really
sure
small one.
like that was definitely like influence from these blueprints.
Yeah.
So like Vegapunk's definitely gonna see that and be like, this motherfucker copying my
Wait,
shit.
no,
bro."
wasn't the shark? The shark was on the ship before time skip because they used it in Thriller Bark, right?
I don't know.
Oh, that was yeah. You're right. I think it was the Mary thing and the shark thing that they both used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So is Vegapunk like okay? I really have to ask this: is Vegapunk like not a villain?
Oh, also another key word since you brought up, since you said Vegapunk, I realized they said hired. So what if someone else hires them instead of the government? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure that's okay. Here's what I think. I think they're like a they're just there because they're getting paid, and that payment funds their projects, right? I think that's what, like, do we agree? Like,
it's any scientist, really,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
well-
not necessarily evil. It's just
no, but I feel like they like you can't be a good person and giving niggas weapons, bro. I don't know, man.
She also
Well,
called
I
them
don't-
filthy
I don't-
pirates.
Dude,
I don't think
they were
that's
experimenting on King too. This a you, bro.
Well, hold up. If we look at Vegapunk's past actions, didn't Vegapunk come down pretty hard on Caesar for what Caesar was doing?
Well, then Caesar gonna blow up the thing though? Like,
What, the whole facility?
I think he was saying like, yo, this shit's mad dangerous. I'm not gonna act like I remember. I just from what I do remember, I feel like he was like, yo, this is super dangerous. You might cause an explosion. And then he's like, fuck this shit. You guys don't fuck with me. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't know if he was saying like that. What you're doing is wrong, but I don't remember. I'm not gonna act like I remember, like 100%.
But the way they
Mhm.
I was just gonna say the way they portrayed it, they made it seem like Vegapunk was, saying that Caesar was wrong for what he was doing. I don't know.
I can imagine he has some ethics, but yo, it's not like he wasn't experiencing on King when King looked like a youth back then.
True. I mean, I think for right now, I don't have any opinions of whether Vegapunk is good or not. I think everything in the story is telling me personally that he's a morally neutral / gray character.
I can agree with that.
So until I see more hardcore evidence, that's where I'm.
What about in terms of antagonistic towards the Straw Hats in this moment?
She definitely,
Like,
they definitely called them filthy pirates. So I feel like
Yo,
that's gotta mean
right?
something.
They do.
And they're like, yo, what do you mean saved, my nigga? I'm part of the Marines. What do you think
Right,
they might
so-
Right.
Right.
Will they be like, but for the moment, I kind of just want to talk. I'm pretty interested in this and this, but I don't know if I'll I can see it going either way.
Right, like
Honestly.
Vegapunk would be like, what? Who?
Which one this was?
What you mean? I'm about to turn y'all in. Like, I'm Vegapunk. I
Yo,
want
this thing is worth 3 billion berry, right?
Right, like.
Yeah, and the government island is next to them, and
Yeah.
Right.
I could
With the
definitely see this
seraphims.
being a crazy triangle.
Yeah,
between
crazy
that-
Even if Vegapunk is just talking to them, I don't expect it to be quiet. Like Vegapunk could have no beef. I know somebobody's gonna pull up somewhere.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
something's definitely gonna go
And
down,
then-
for sure.
And then on top of that, like, yo, like the freaking island, Egghead Island is what they said is 500 years in the future. Do you think that they're being literal with that, or is that like just
I don't think they're
that because of the tech there, or something?
Yo,
It's because
honestly,
of the tech.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's because of tech, and it's giving me fucking Sonic vibes, like Eggman,
Yeah.
Dr. Eggman. You know
Yeah.
how he's always like the scientist,
Yeah.
and like you got the future shit. So I feel like we're definitely gonna get some. You know, it's a little.
I think
in my
even-
head canon, it's a little homage to Sonic, bro. Because Sonic is
Maybe the fucking the thing looked like one of the Eggman final.
yeah, exactly.
levels. But
yeah, so-
what I'll say, Strawhat, about the like how literal that may be is that they even said, I think, about Vegapunk is that his mind is like 500 and like he said, like he's from the like his mind might as well be from the like 500 years in the future. Like they use like an actual time stamp like that. So I think they just mean that as in like the technology or whatever and what he's capable of, because it doesn't fit their world right now, right?
Right.
And I think in terms of direction as to where the arc might go, I think we touched on that a little bit. Is I think what we're seeing as the hint is the sword part and the Marines earlier.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about that real quick?
I
'Cause-
definitely forgot. We definitely got another large sword interaction.
Real quick,
Bruh.
before we go to that, I just realized on the panel, you see the big robot? We see Caribou, right? Under giant robot.
Yeah, he's
That's
still there.
Caribou. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Just making sure. I was like, wasn't sure who that was. That definitely is fucking Caribou
still
upside
there.
down.
Yeah,
Real
yep,
quick,
yep.
Okay.
in light of Yamato's unfortunate departure from the crew, I will have to nominate Vice Admiral Dole as new best girl.
oh my god.
I thought you were about to say new Straw Hat, bro.
I'm with Callie on this one. You know,
Bro.
he's got.
Yo,
You
okay,
would
yo,
be.
you guys
You
want
would be.
to laugh? You guys want to fucking cry? So before the chapter, before I read the chapter, I have to wait for my buddies to read it. So I was waiting for them. I couldn't read it, but I hear people talking about it, and I hear people say, "Oh, like I saw Jake or something say like, oh, that's my she's a baddie." Like you know, he would have did it again. He dropped new baddies.
Yes.
So when I saw the chapter, I was like, okay, they have to be talking about Hibari and Doll, but niggas were talking about fucking Vegapunk. So I was like, oh,
Vegapunk is bait too. I can't lie. I definitely, when we were talking about it in the chat that day it dropped, I was definitely talking about Vegapunk at first, but I literally actually just paid no attention to Dole. I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
Yeah,
I saw him,
I'm gonna have to pull out
Y'all better be careful. Next chapter, y'all might get mixed. I'm just saying.
But
Definitely
Doll,
possible.
oh, she's a vice admiral, by the way. Huge position.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
same
very
fucking
good
garbage
position.
shit.
So,
But it doesn't say sword for any of them, except for the other people.
Yeah. No, that's true. So what I see happening is Sword's definitely gonna go, like, Hiempo's upset. He's gonna go to fucking Egghead Island, meet up with Luffy, be like, you know, fuck, I went to get Seraphim, but I'm gonna tell Luffy about Kobe being fucking kidnapped. The Straw Hats, they end up going to fucking Pirate Island, they meet up with Kid, then we get a whole fucking new arc fighting against Blackbeard.
Are we getting a Navy team up? You
We
think?
could.
Yeah,
we could.
I think with
We could.
Sword, definitely, I think
Yeah.
so. And then you never know. And then we're
And
gonna find out more about Seraphim.
I
like,
think there's a
some
little
odd,
bit
brother.
of a precedent, and not just a precedent, but a precedent with some actual connections to the people in the story right now. Is that if they go to Pirate Island to confront Blackbeard, the people who will be involved in that team up, so Kobe, Sword, and Luffy Straw Hats versus Blackbeard, that would be like similar to the Rocks and how Garp and Roger were the ones who took down Rocks. And Rocks, if you guys remember, his crew was formed at Pirate Island. So it's not like there's no connections. And Blackbeard apparently took out Ochoku from Pirate Island, who used to be on Rock's crew.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If that's a team up, Luffy's crew is doing all the hard labor. Like
100%. 100%.
That's not a good. That's not Roger and Garth.
It's obviously not. I just said connections. I didn't say it was a parallel.
Luffy's crew is definitely putting in all the work.
But
Like,
my.
95% of the work.
YHuss did say Kobe, and Luffy. Did not mention any crews because we know they're
Bro,
fucking
Kobe and Luffy. Luffy's putting
That's
in
it.
95% of the work. It's still not like garbage.
We'll see.
Shit.
Y'all saw where I was going with that.
Y'all saw where I was going with that. That's
I guarantee you, Luffy would not have gotten kidnapped. Like, it's just not happening. Like,
well, I still think Kobe did it on purpose. I don't think he got kidnapped. I think
it was probably like an
compromise.
agreement
It
of
was on
sorts.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
he's
do
a smart
think
kid. He knows his shit, bro.
I do think this is the direction it's gonna go, or like at least like that. We're gonna see the sword. We're gonna see sword on Egghead of some sort. That's what I can see. I don't see this being an arc they spend a lot of time on. An island they spend a lot of time on.
Yo, but they did mention
it being
Drake.
a transitionary island.
Do you think they fucking? You think Drake snuck up on like kids' ship or some shit like that?
I think
Maybe.
Drake is coming back into the story
Yeah,
because I don't think he died.
No, yeah, and he was.
Can I say
Oh
who?
my god! Oh my god!
just keep going, bro.
No, so but like because he was mentioned already, right? So, and we do know he was on Wano. Kid most likely was going that way, so I could definitely see him being like a stowaway, and then shenanigans ensue. We'll see what. Oda's ridiculous, bro.
And then
So many things.
yeah. Also, I wanted to also point out that like when it comes to Kobe, I mean, I'm just saying that Tashigi, she kind of sunned Kobe a little bit, saying
They
like
call him her junior.
yeah, like that, like we're his senior, so like I'm
That's
like
the hero. That's the hero of the rings, though, man.
I
Making
like-
rankings and everything, bro.
but that's the hero. You can't say that. Like
Actually, I don't even think they meant it that way, right? I don't even think she meant it in that sense, really.
yeah, like I
Just
mean,
be
like I like Tashigi. Who are you? You haven't done me.
I'm trying.
not wrong.
That we
You're
know
actually
of.
not even
That we
wrong.
know of. I mean, so.
That we know of. The only no.
They would have told us. They would have told us that Punk Hazard. They would have told us that Punk
Understand.
Hazard.
Like, no. Freaking,
Oh, man.
I will never forget that she had the hardest time with Monet, and freaking Zoro just intimidated her and made her melt. I like, bruh.
That bitch, 100%.
I like, bruh.
True, that's true.
Tashigi, no, not like this. Like,
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Too many
I
characters.
know.
That's how it is. So yeah, the Seraphim are on this island. That's actually crazy as hell to hear.
Yeah, so I could definitely see them, the Marines, fucking going into red alert, being like, the Straw Hats invaded fucking our main base, like our fucking new weapons, and
Mhm.
go crazy or some shit like that too.
also, y'all noticed that a certain person wasn't here, right? Like, Smoker.
Yeah,
Oh
He's
yeah,
missing.
yeah,
he's not here. He's
Yeah.
not on this guide for some reason.
Yeah, we think we getting a Smoker reunion soon.
Definitely.
And then on top of that, like, you think he gotten stronger?
Oh, hell
Has
yeah.
to,
he better. He better, bro. Shit.
I saw people saying like Vegapunk's can like on some Naruto shit. It's like Vegapunk's gonna show him how to awaken his devil fruit, like something like that. Like so many things are possible because Vegapunk is like the fucking king of devil fruits, bro. Who knows? And
Yeah.
a marine
The
at
fucking
that.
key, yo. The key, man.
Speaking of the key, I think Bonnie being here is
That's
like
another key.
another key because we're talking about how Vegapunk and Kuma have a connection, but Bonnie is the key to everything, right? I think Mr. You mentioned how revolutionaries, Kuma.
Yeah.
She has business with Vegapunk. I think, and we also Sabo, right? Like what really happened at
Sabo.
Marijua, right?
Yep.
She'll be able to tell them. She might know where Vivi is, bro. Like also crazy shit. Like right, we don't
Right.
know.
I honestly thought last chapter that we were going to get Vivi information because I'm like, no one knows what happened to her. She's not with Sabo. She might, like, Bonnie might know where she is, or she could have been with Bonnie somehow, some way. I don't know. Like, but
No, definitely.
I thought that was going to be the direction. But with this, actually, I like noticed this is basically like Punk Hazard 2.0, right? In a way.
Yeah.
Because we were dealing with the scientist before. Now we're dealing with another scientist at a
With these
winter
scientists,
island. Yeah, but the one, a crazy climate island. You know, we're dealing with Tashigi and Smoker probably again. Like it's going in full circles. But this time we got a new supernova. We got Bonnie instead of Law.
And like you said, they even brought back the kids from Punk Hazard. So
Yeah,
Right.
it's all coming full circle, yo.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
if
it's-
it's
if it's all
got
coming-
questions?
If it's all coming full circle, then what Yonko is Luffy and Bonnie going after at the end of it?
Hey yo, what Yonko does she have smoke with?
I honestly, at this
Hey,
point,
you're
though,
right, you're right.
I don't even think it's about going against a Yonko. I think it's just a mad dash to the finish.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like so, because who has 3 poneglyphs? We know Luffy, Law, and
well, we actually don't
Kid?
know if Law and Kid have the one
big mom
because they're
one.
both missing one. Law's missing the Big Mom one, and
Kid does have the Big Mom one because they got it. They mentioned it.
They have the Zoe one, doesn't? We don't know if
other
it's
way
Zoe.
around. Yeah, no, they each have one, but they don't have the
And
other.
Law has the Zoe one, but we don't know if he has the Big Mom one. We don't know if they. I could see them giving it to each other, but I also could see them not giving it to each other. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say they gave it to each other because the Straw Hats are, are like that, and they'd be like,
that's charity, bro.
Yeah, that is charity.
I think that's
what
a
they are.
big assumption to make. I think we gotta wait till we see it. Because that's big. Because you know what I mean. Then they all are only looking for one as opposed to
because Law only gave Kid the Kaido one because they fought for it all.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But Law was real quick to be like on the tail of finding out about the poneglyphs and shit with Robin and shit. So I definitely would feel
I could see
he definitely
giving it to Law.
That or he found it out himself or some shit like that. Because he
there's no way.
like that.
How would you find it? There's no way to find it except the actual poneglyph, right?
Or someone tells you.
No,
that
they had the scribes.
So you're telling me that
They
Law
had the rub.
snuck onto Luffy's ship at some point and stole?
I mean, it would be.
He got room, bro. He has room.
Yo, that was bitch knocking. They would know.
I respect it.
You're not wrong.
I mean, it's just a possibility, you know.
It is.
I don't want to think that he did. I like to think the Straw Hats just shared it with him because of all that they've been through, but at the same time, you never know.
Yeah, I can see that's the one I see. That's specifically the one I see where Luffy gives them to Law because they were there since Punk Hazard. I can see that. But so yeah, we don't know who has 3 right now except for Luffy. Even Blackbeard, we don't know what he has.
We don't know what he exactly, and he might have the 4th one, bro.
And we don't know. Yeah, we don't even know who took it from Fishman Island because it was on Fishman Island before.
Yeah.
Well, at some point between Roger and Luffy.
Right.
I think we did. I said the people that they showed in like Whitebeard's when they were talking about the territory that Whitebeard had Fishman Island, they showed an image of Whitebeard, and then they had Marco, and then Blackbeard, and whatchamacallit, not Thatch, but Vista and stuff. Like they had the commanders and people that were under Whitebeard prominent figures. If that image wasn't just like a shot of his crew as like a general expression thing, and that image was like, true to what they displayed and Blackbeard was there, I mean, I don't know how he would get a whole poneglyph off, but he would know because he was there.
He would know, yeah. He would know that it was there. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's good. So Blackbeard did know that it was there at some point, so we might have that one, which would be the last one for Luffy, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, that's why we might be getting this confrontation so early. We might be getting. Oh my gosh, I never thought that we would get Blackbeard potential Blackbeard confrontation so early.
Agreed. I agree with you. That's just the fact that they mentioned that Egghead Island is real close to the Pirate Island. It's just a clash course right there. But
right.
Can Blackbeard move the poneglyph with his shadow power or like store one?
I don't see why not.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know they're like ridiculously heavy, so you couldn't like lift them. So maybe Blackbeard's
he definitely like held the whole town and like in his shadow. When
they had to move it across the world somehow. They didn't build them there.
So he definitely stored like.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone actually lifted them. I don't know because
we've seen some crazy shit in this one.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am one of the biggest components that One Piece super strength is like insane because I always thought that it was since day one when I saw Luffy because he's over here team rocketing people. And that was like way like back in the day. You know how
he's blue, yeah.
Right, you know how strong you have to be to do shit like that, and he only got way stronger. They're taking down giants in one hit. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. If I remember correctly, the poneglyph is like the heaviest material in the entire.
It's like stuck there or some shit.
Yeah, like that's why the government tried to destroy them, but they can't. Right? It's like. Yeah. ironclad indestructible. So I would assume lifting it is damn near impossible unless you're like
fucking Zoro
like,
one day.
Maybe.
That's Zoro's true mission. To lift the poneglyph up.
You just see him like curling one on the ship one day, bro. That's his destination.
Because if I'm not mistaken, giants couldn't lift it either, right? Like I could have swore I saw like a giant try to lift it. I don't remember.
I don't remember them talking about the weight of a poneglyph. I'm just taking your word for it, bro.
Yeah, like it's just it should be insane.
But someone took it. So
you're right, by conventional means at least.
Yeah.
I think
someone took it somehow, probably using his devil fruit. I could believe that.
Right. I think Blackbeard's devil fruit would be like a way to take it without like
I'm gonna lift it. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. It would be some stuff like that to move it too.
Yeah.
Like maybe like when not Joey Boy but Poseidon from back in the day, maybe the Sea Kings carried the or pulled the poneglyphs to different locations.
Now you're thinking that's a great idea. I didn't even think about that. That could be how they moved back then.
Yeah.
We have to see. So I guess do you guys think we're gonna be on Egghead long? I feel like it's a transitionary arc, kind of like Zoe.
Yeah, I don't think
it's transition arc.
Yeah, I think this is like probably like a combination of like Little Garden, Whiskey Peak type.
Yeah.
Like type length could be like,
but still very important.
Right. Because I think I really think
Zoe was one of the most important arcs in the whole manga. Like you drop so many teams the course of the manga with the rope one understand, right? Yeah. And Odin and all that. So this could be another one of those arcs where in 15 chapters, 20 chapters, the world's completely different.
Right. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that like it's because of the fact that all the tech and stuff there, I think we might get a little bit exploration of that, sort of. But I think the bigger picture here is getting Kobe back. I think that's where this is like clearly leading towards. That's why Helmeppo, they want to get the Seraphim, and the Straw Hats will probably see the Seraphim maybe before like Helmeppo and other Navy soldiers get to that island if they go there. Because I know they were talking about like I don't know, we need wait or whatever, but they'll see that. Vegapunk might go into that, or if Vegapunk might send them after the Straw Hats. I don't know, because Vegapunk might, like we said earlier, Vegapunk might be on some you guys are getting captured and like I don't know. It could be a whole crazy thing, but
it's like it's giving me like a mixture of like when Subodhi started, right, and then that led into Amazon Lily, into Impel Down, into Marineford, kind of like very similar.
Yeah.
It's like a whole, like all those arcs just conjoined, and that's what it's leading to. And it's this time, instead of Luffy by himself, all the Straw Hats should be there.
Right. Yeah. But I really do ultimately think that we're getting a Blackbeard confrontation real soon.
Yeah.
Like, I completely agree.
Yeah.
We're on the course for that now, I think.
Yeah. Because it's too much setup. There's too much setup for Luffy to figure out about Kobe. Because I really do feel like that Robin, when she said that, she was talking about all those figures, including Kobe.
I think the official went with what you were saying too. It said something like about they're connected to you in some sense, not just familiar.
Yeah.
So, right.
Yeah. It did say that in the official. So like, it's crazy. I mean, like, the fact that we're gonna get this team up, hopefully this team up, right?
Get a little ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I did.
You gotta see what the Seraphim are saying in this arc too. Me, I'm hyped for the Devil Fruit shit, bro. We are not ready, bro. The shit Vegapunk's gonna tell us in this arc, we are not ready.
Oh my gosh, the theories. So you know how many Devil Fruit theories. I remember your the theory from your guy YHuss.
That generation video. That shit is.
Oh my god.
To this day, I'll be reading One Piece and I see something in the chapter. I'm like, this is just more proof, bro. So,
right,
bro.
We could be getting full confirmation because you know how many Devil Fruit theories there are out there. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, in the next year, like this from now to next year, people's ears are gonna be heartbroken and like things gonna have to like take down some videos.
Yeah, like take the L, apply the Frankie meme, like One Piece theories.
Yeah,
like just destroyed. And then on top of that, it's funny too that meme is Frankie of all people, who's gonna like so many people are like, let's go Frankie arc. I mean, I know D3 said that earlier too. Like,
I'm so ready for it, man.
You know how many people were salty it wasn't Elbath though? Like,
okay, I'm a little salty it wasn't Elbath. I'm not gonna lie. But for me, the tier list would be like Chopper, Frankie, Usopp. So like, Frankie and Arc matters more to me than Usopp getting one. I'm cool with it.
Right, I feel it.
I respect it. Well, I feel like we went over everything in the chapter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was about all I had. You guys have anything else you wanted to bring up? I have. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It was.
I mean,
it was short. It was short. It was only like 13, 14 pages.
Yeah.
So it was
definitely
short.
A light chapter. We got some big revelations. Definitely a setup for the next chapter. We'll probably get a much bigger info dump.
Yeah.
And we're on a break.
We are on break next week, so that means we can finally get back to and finish the part 2 of our One Piece Dream Fighting game.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be such a good episode.
Yeah, we've put that off for a while. We wanted to do it a few weeks ago, but things came up, so we couldn't do it. So we said next break week would do it, and that next break week is this week. So you guys make sure you tune in for that, because we're gonna break down and finish up what we finished last episode.
Yeah,
and if you didn't see the last one, right. If you didn't see the last one where we talked about what our dream One Piece fighting game would be, make sure you check that out on YouTube, because the video is still up there. I don't know what episode number. Go find it. It's on our channel. Subscribe while you're there too.
Yes, sir. Please check out the YouTube.
Yes.
Super sick. It's gonna be mad fun to do it, to finish up.
Yeah.
Flesh out some of the characters, probably moveset. So we'll probably talk about this week what we want to see.
Crazy. We can definitely go.
And then I'm still debate with y'all why y'all pre-game y'all starting choices are wrong. And some of them.
Bro, we can't do an agreement, bro. We can't do an agreement.
We already agreed bro.
We said let's get some choices out the way, and then we can come back. We're gonna come back. Trust me.
Bro, you were the only nigga that had a problem, bro.
I ain't playing with me like that. Quit playing with me. Playing with me.
All right.
And I was just about to say, yo, thanks, Mod, for doing the debate, but I forget, forget about it.
Not like this.
Damn, bro. Oh, shit. I'm just doing I'm spreading the Shanks love. I'm doing the work of God, okay?
Yes, you do.
As you should. 100%. So you guys definitely tune in this week. It's going to be mad fun. I'm going to have mad fun doing that. Once again, shout out to everybody that's watching, listening on Twitch. Appreciate all you guys. Shout out to everybody that watches on YouTube, listens on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Podbean, etc., wherever you're listening or watching. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing the love.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know.
I'm not
I don't even care no more. All right, this has been Strawhat Sitdown.
I'd be tired too.
This has been Strawhat Sitdown. We appreciate you guys. Till next time, take it easy, be safe, be healthy, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Later, y'all.
Nice. WWW.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.